Alright, hello and welcome to the roba beta tournament. This tournament is for the beta of the newest expansion, which is, I forget what it's actually called. I think it's like Wardens of the Forest or something. But we have three new heroes, Maka, Grandfather, and Brigid. And then we also, of course, have the heroes from the last expansion that we did a beta tournament for, which was the Haunting of Duncrotch. So Alan, Una, and Aurelia, they have, I think, some new text on some of them. I believe there were a few updates. So it looks like we are opening up with Grandfather and Brigid. Okay, so we're going to see a lot of the new heroes here. Grandfather is the big tree. Until he levels up, he can't move or be moved, and he gives all of your conduits armor, and then when he levels up, he turns into a divine big character. And then Brigid can swap the values on cards that you clash. She has some interesting cards in her skill deck. Vigo is banned. Who else is gonna get banned? There are a lot of heroes to choose from now. 6 in each slot, so 18 total. So, should be at the point where there's still going to be a lot of good options, no matter who gets banned. Corvus and Aurelia both are, of course, very good evokers, and since he already picked an evoker, nope, he's going to ban Alan. That is a very strong character as well. He can pick Itotia here, and he does do that. So that takes most of the good attackers away. Of course, we don't know how good Maka is yet, since she is new. I don't think... It looks like these are just... Oh. Game crashed, okay. I was gonna say, I don't think we're playing with... I think it's just the new heroes over here. Doesn't look like anything else is updated. Yeah, just the Warden's expansion, okay. So yeah, we have to wait for imabunneh to connect again. The HDC cards are patched, okay. Aurelia looks higher resolution than the other two. Aurelia nerfs, yeah. So she won't be as strong, I guess. So we could see a Corvus pick here. Forget what the other side of the Grandfather looks like exactly. Let me see if I can go find that. It's Brigid. There he is. So when he levels up, all heroes you control recover and heal 3. And then whenever he enters combat, all heroes you control heal 1. Seems pretty strong. And Eternity's End changes, yeah. You can't alt shift when you're a spectator, unfortunately. Oh, so we do see Maka picked up here, since Vigo and Alan were both banned. Yeah. I kind of don't like that you can't do that as a spectator, but it's whatever. So all 3 of the new heroes are picked this game, which is pretty exciting. And we just need, it looks like, an evoker down here, since he doesn't have one yet. And then maybe a tank for red side. Una still hasn't been picked up. Ichiro. A lot of good tanks. So he's deciding between, it looks like, Corvus and Aurelia. He is going to go with Corvus. And Viola. Okay, so he's going with the double attacker, 1 evoker comp. Interesting. I'm definitely going to want to keep an eye on Grandfather here. That card seems pretty strong, specifically the hero part of the card. Bridget should be interesting as well. And then I think we have War Totem as the new item. It's the one where you gain power from KOing heroes, extra power from KOing heroes. Even your own heroes. But you can't use Evoker. Grandfather's ultimate is Ultimate Clash, commit all enemy heroes. Interesting. Okay, so they're placing their conduits. And then we'll see if anybody has Wrathlord here. I don't expect a Wrathlord with either of these comps. Definitely not with this one, I would say. I don't think you want to banish any of these. I guess you could banish Maka maybe, but like, is her skill deck good enough to justify that? I don't know. Wrathlord does kind of go well with Grandfather, probably. But I would have expected Aurelia, I think, if he was going to do that. And then up here, you could banish one of your attackers, I guess, but I don't think either of these skill decks again, is good enough to justify that, so I think we're just going to see no Wrath Lords. So Maka goes mid lane. That makes a lot of sense. If she's in mid lane, she can attack. She can solo attack any enemy hero, which seems pretty good. So that might be the strategy with her, is to just leave her in mid and she can try and snipe people or something. We'll see how the game goes. Like, I don't know. The only reason to move her to a side lane is to attack a conduit, right? Grandfather is also going mid. That's a good location for him as well, I think, since it's since he can't move or be moved, it's good to have him in the middle. Whereas if he's in a side lane, he might end up not really doing anything. And Corvus goes mid as well. Brigid goes with Itotia, so he has 5 attack over here, so he can break that conduit on turn 1. He is second player though, I believe. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. So Grandfather, while he's ready, all of your conduits have +1 armor, so he would actually be 1 short of breaking that. Oh, we do see a Wrath Lord, okay. I'm a little bit surprised to see that. Like, why pick Viola if you're going to go Wrath Lord over something like an Eos? I feel like there are better skill decks. Right. So if he puts Wrath Lord over here, which he does, now he is threatening this conduit. Of course, Maka and Corvus could break the mid conduit as well. So you could do that and then ready. Seems like a decent turn. Like, I think you're happy trading conduits against Wrathlord, right? Could also solo attack somebody with Maka, I guess, which would probably be Brigid. That's not terrible, actually. Like, if she doesn't block, you threaten to kill with a clash. And she's only doing 2 back. Okay, so he's gonna break the conduit with these 2. Save that damage from Corvus. It's gonna be Grim Purpose, so +2 armor. And then I imagine you ready Grandfather. Quite popular to banish Viola for Wrathlord. Your deck is good when you can't die. Yeah, that's an interesting point, actually. I didn't think about that. Because, like, she has the one where you buff your opponent's attack, right? But you don't care about that if you're just going to get revived with the conduit anyway. That is interesting. So yeah, I expect to see a conduit traded back here. Yeah, we are going to see that. Wrathlord has 2 armor now, so he's not going to take damage, which is pretty nice. Let's see what this conduit is. Ancient Wisdom. Draw a card. Okay. And it readies you? Yeah, that's pretty good. So it's either Dragon, Judge, or Monarchs. Did Monarchs get changed? If not, then I don't think it's Monarchs, because it doesn't synergize with Grandfather. So either Judge or the Dragon, which means probably Judge. I'm gonna guess Judge. I think that makes the most sense. Okay. So he readies Wrathlord. He has 1 action left. Readies, I told you. Okay. So just seeing a conduit trade here, he's going to draw a card. And 3 power now. That is enough to level up Maka. Could be Dragon for Grandfather level. Oh yeah, that costs 8 power. That's true. So yeah, that is a possibility. It looks like he's going to go for the level up here. It's pretty good value. Since you get the ready. Ooh, that art is really sick on the leveled up side. I like that a lot. So she is now a 407 and cannot take damage while attacking this turn. Can solo attack enemy heroes at any location now, so she can move to a side lane. She's going to attack. It looked like he's messing over Itotia. Oh yeah, because he can't take damage this turn. That makes sense. So we do see a block with the Wrathlord. I think we'll definitely see a clash. And then Wrathlord can just clash armor if he has any. Let's see what we have here. We have a 2/2 and we have a cheap trick. Okay. Did he not read the text? Oh, he's gonna bridge it. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's pretty sick. Okay. So he gets a 5 armor. That's gonna block all the damage since he had 2 armor already. And doubling his opponent's clashed armor value doesn't matter in this scenario. So that seems good, and then we're just going to see a ready on Maka. Draw a card. So a little bit unfortunate that he didn't get anything done with that attack, given that they traded clash cards. He does have card advantage though, so. What's the max hand size? Is it 8 or 7? It's been a while since I played. So, can't really get too much done this turn. You're over in a side lane and your Wrathlord is committed. 7 is max. Okay. So he would have had to discard if he didn't clash that card. So didn't really lose anything there. Like, you definitely want to ready Wrathlord, right? One thing that Maka does is it makes it so your heroes are basically not safe anywhere. Like, you can't just leave a character in a side lane if that character needs protection. which means it's probably better to stay in a group so that he can get the blocks that he wants. Like if you leave Bridget in a side lane, she's just gonna get attacked. So I think you always are going to ready Wrathlord this turn, right? Like I don't really see a scenario where you don't do that. So that would probably be my first action. But if you do that, then I don't know if you can really move. So, yeah, so we do see the ready. It's going to move Wrathlord mid. And I doubt we see an attack here. Is he going to move somebody else? It's paying 3 power. Okay, going to level up Itotia. Doesn't get the ready off of that, so not the best value for a level up, but that does help Itotia become a much better blocker, which is pretty significant here, since she's over there with Brigid. So that means if he attacks Brigid now, you can just block with Itotia and feel pretty good about that. Although it will probably take a lot of resources out of his hand. So that might still be good as an attack. Like, I think you really just need to attack the other heroes here. You can't... It's kind of awkward for him to go after Conduit since Grandfather has to stay in the middle, and Corvus probably wants to stay with Grandfather. And Maka can't solo break. So yeah, I think just like attack, ready attack on the Brigid here, or on the Itotia after she's clashed maybe, seems pretty good. So yeah, we do see the block. I imagine we're going to see a clash. It's going to be a lot of damage, so he's going to need some armor if he wants to survive, I imagine. Okay, we have Tranquility and Reflecting Pool. So this is going to be a 2-2. Well, so this is a good counter to Itotia. Well, this is a face-up clash card. Heroes may not clash. So this specifically counters Itotia and cards that let you, like Octavian has one and Rin has one. Cards that let you clash after as a clash effect. So 2 armor. Unfortunately, the armor isn't going to do anything here. But he is going to take 3 damage thanks to Corvus. So he could ready an attack again. I wonder who you attack here. I feel like I actually wouldn't mind seeing him just attack Itotia and let him clash 2. And take a bunch of cards out of his hand. Like even as the first attack. But I don't know. I'm not actually sure where this attack is going. Could be on either one. The Itotia is leveled up and only has 2 health and is already committed, so that does seem like a good target, even though he can clash 2 unless you have another Tranquility. And if you do clash Tranquility, you don't have any attack on the clash, so like I don't know if you can actually kill the Itotia, or yeah. So I don't know, we'll see where this is going. Still deciding if he wants to clash on defense. He is going to, okay. Looks like he's putting that next to Itotia, so probably the target there. Force of Nature, ooh. This hero is attacking, copies the single, so doesn't do anything. He has Nullify, so he should be protected from that. Right? Six. So she's dead unless she clashes another armor here. Doesn't really seem like the best use of that ultimate, but maybe it was the only good attack clash card he had. See a reflecting pool, okay. So that is going to be 6 armor, which will exactly block this, assuming he doesn't switch, which I don't think he will. So there's some rule about Nullify not working on ultimate clashes. I'm going to check the rulebook. So nobody dies there, but again, I think that's a fine, at least an okay trade, since Itotia clashing 2 means you're taking a lot of cards out of his hand. By your opponent's talent actions, okay. So Nullify only blocks talents, which means clash effects do work on it. I actually didn't know that. We see Royal Boon. Talent 1, this hero heals 3, choose 1, draw 2 cards, your opponent gains 1 power, or gain 1 power, your opponent may draw a card. Looks like he's going for the... I missed it. Did he draw 2? I think he did, because his opponent had 6, right? Did he only have 2 cards? Oh, he had 3 and then he played this, right? Yeah, so he only went up 1. And the heal is pretty nice there as well. Okay, so he has 2 actions left. All of his heroes are committed, so I think you just like ready on Wrathlord and Itotia. Which doesn't feel amazing, but you gotta catch back up in tempo after that ultimate. I want to bring up Maka's skills, because I forget what they are. Let me see if I can find them. Maybe it's in the other channel. Oh well. So, I mean, what could the play be here? Like, I don't think you can just leave all your guys committed, can you? Maka is committed, so that means she'll only get to attack a maximum of 1 time this next turn, which helps. So we see a move, and then ready Wrathlord, okay. So Brigid is kind of a sitting duck now. Guessing he has something in his hand that can maybe protect her, or he's just going to give that up. Feels pretty bad to give up your evoker when you're on 1 power though. But like if he didn't have something in his hand, I would have just readied Itotia instead of moving. Alright. So yeah, Maka immediately readies. Hand sizes are almost even. And she is going to attack Brigid. That is expected, so I expect a clash of at least 2 attack here, so he'll need something on defense, which it looks like he does have. We have ambush. Ooh, ambush, that is quite good. However, he can cheap trick. Actually, this can go either way. He could either take a trade kill or he can block that entire ambush, which would barely let him live. He would take 5 after Corvus. That is a very good cheap trick there. Ooh, he is going to take the trade kill. Wow, that's pretty spicy. So, I mean, Mako was definitely a lot bigger than Brigid there since she was leveled up. But that is his evoker, which feels a little bit bad. I think you trade, yeah. Yeah, I think trading's fine. I think he's showing us though why the Brigid Viola combo is very strong. Being able to just have a 5 that can either be attack or defense. It's a pretty big number. Okay, we see a level up on Corvus. Never a bad time to level up Corvus. So that's going to start ticking away. Draws a card. Does mean that he doesn't have a buyback available here. He could pop a conduit to bring back Maka, but you probably want to wait until somebody else dies. If you can. Yeah, definitely. So what happens now? Wrathlord and Itotia is pretty scary. Of course, Wrathlord doesn't have his attack conduit yet, which means he's not as scary as he could be. But like you can ready Itotia and swing into this conduit maybe. Could even break the one over here if you wanted to. No, you couldn't. You don't have enough actions because you need to move, ready, and then attack. So we see a ready, and we do see an attack. It's either on Corvus or the conduit. I think either way, a grandfather will probably block. Maybe you could sacrifice Corvus if that's the target, and then do a Master's Wreck next turn, and just try to get damage here. He's going for his hand, so I think this... We'll see if he blocks. Okay, yeah, it looks like he is going to block. Itotia has 4 health left, so I don't think you can get through that, especially since she can just clash armor if you would. He's doing 6. So he needs 2 extra damage on the board. Probably more. If he has another, what's that card called? Tranquility, where your opponent can't clash, then he might be able to save himself here. You could even just let the grandfather die if you think this is going to kill, and then go for the Master's Rect to heal. Like, not having grandfather for the next turn doesn't actually matter, I think. You still have Corvus. So you can just gain your evoker power and deal some damage with his ability and then not really have to do anything else. We are seeing a clash on defense. It looks like there was not one on attack. What is this? Tumble. Ooh. So, unfortunately, can't move, although I don't think he wants to anyway. So, just going to be a 3 armor. 3 armor, though, is still pretty good. So he's blocking 4, they're doing 6, so he's taking 2 damage. See if he wants to clash with Itotia. It looks like no. Just going to take the free card out of his hand. And then ready the Wrathlord. And he's looking at his items. Could have a plus attack item like Sun God's Gauntlets here. Oh, he has the Archdruid's Staff. That is quite good as well. That means Brigid can just stay banished. And then when you get your... Oh wait, no. I was going to say when you manifest your deity you can banish her, but he's playing Wrathlord, so never mind. But yeah, you don't really need to buy her back now. Like, you can just wait for Itotia to die and then do a Mass Resurrect. since Bridget on her own doesn't really contribute a whole lot. Okay. So it gains power. We're not seeing a lot of conduits going down this game. Just on those first turns when they traded. I think with Corvus, you're kind of just okay with nothing really happening. Like, your opponent's board is pretty scary, but you can just keep blocking with Grandfather until you need to Mass Resurrect. And let that damage keep coming through from Corvus. Would be nice to get a conduit break, but it's going to be pretty difficult without Maka. So it would take Corvus 2 attacks. Oops. Said in Discord, so Viola plus Bridget is pretty good. Yeah, seems that way. Ooh, okay. Corvus moves, so it looks like he is gonna try and take down a conduit if he can. He has one more action this turn. Like, I don't think he has to worry about... Both of his conduits are safe, right? Because with Itotia committed, he doesn't have enough actions to go for the side one. Ooh. Is this a Mass Resurrect? Okay. Yeah, it is. Okay. So he's going to commit the Wrathlord, and then next turn he'll take this conduit out. That is interesting. And then the Corvus damage. Wait, so what is this deity? It's Judge or Dragon? It's interesting that he chose to sacrifice the one in Grandfather's lane. Like, again, he can't break this one this turn, but Grandfather can't get over there to protect it next turn either. So what is he gonna do? Figuring out which deity it is. Or which one it could be, rather. Like, I think the plan here is you just have to go for this last conduit, right? Like, you could move over here and try to defend this one, but I don't know. Because if you break this conduit, that kind of makes that Mass Resurrect not useless, but a lot less good. Because it means now he has to banish somebody. Yeah, so I think you have to go for that one. Like, just move both of your guys over there. Because defending this one is going to be so hard anyway. I guess it kind of depends on what this is. The bad part about that is that losing a conduit with Wrathlord is like a really big deal. Ooh, we have Through the Looking Glass. Commit all ready heroes, recover all other heroes. That is... Wow, that is pretty good. It's like the best one, the best that it could be, right? So that's action one. He could attack the grandfather here, but you don't really get too much out of that, do you? Doesn't seem like a great attack. Yeah, that's a pretty pog ultimate. So now that does change things a little bit, right? Because these heroes are both committed now, and these ones are both ready. So maybe you just move both of them over here and fight over that conduit. Or at least one of them over there. Let's see what he does. But like if he does want to attack this one next turn, he's gonna have to spend all 3 actions to ready, and then attack it. You could even like move Wrathlord here, attack Corvus, try and get that off the board. Or even attack it with Itotia, I guess. But I don't know if that's good. I think you definitely don't want to attack Grandfather, like, that just doesn't seem like it does anything useful. Because he's just stuck in mid lane. Can't really do much. Man, if Wrathlord actually had one more attack, he could go break this conduit. It's a little bit unfortunate. Alright, what's he gonna do now? Somebody's moving somewhere. I think that's gonna happen no matter what. Oh, he's attacking Grandfather? Ooh. This, I feel like this is what I would have said was the least likely play. Like, it is a pretty free attack, but I just don't think this really does anything, right? Like, he can just not clash. I don't think you clash here. I think you just let him kill this. Doing 7. Maybe you can clash Tranquility, but even then, I don't know if it's worth it. We'll see what he has. Like, if you just let this through, it definitely dies and your opponent spends a card. I think that's fine. You could try to clash something big enough to make your opponent spend another card, I guess. That could be worth considering. Okay, so we do see a clash. Let's see what it is. Wave the Empty Paw and Life Tap. Okay. Wave the Empty Paw seems good. You just go block now, right? Because he only has 2. You're doing 7, so you're still killing. So yeah, you just go block. I don't really like the life tap as a clash here. I don't think that really does anything. Because like it's not enough armor to actually save you just based off of what's on board. You need at least 2 armor there to force him to use something. Like I get that he was going for the kill on Itotia, but I don't think you're ever gonna stick that 2 damage there. Like I guess if he was just clashing attack or something, maybe you force him to clash again, but I don't know, it doesn't seem amazing. Okay, Itotia moves, sure. So she can defend this conduit now. He is running low on cards in hand. He's gonna buy another item here. Let's see what it is. Is Sun God's Gauntlets, sure. It's fine, not really too much to talk about. Draws a card. Like, that's kind of something I've felt for most of this game is it feels like when your opponent has a Itotia, what you really want to be doing is like taxing their hand as much as possible. And I don't think he's really been doing that as well as he could be. Like it's hard too because you also don't want her to just kill everything, but as long as he has cards in his hand, Itotia is going to be really hard to deal with. So what now? Fortunately, your conduit is safe for at least another round. Wrathlord not big enough to take that. Oh, is he just passing his turn? Wow. Okay. That is interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I feel like maybe I would have liked to see an attack on the conduit here. Again, like just if Itotia has to block that, we know he doesn't have Way of the Empty Paw anymore, so he's going to be spending a lot of cards probably to actually get anything done on that block. And you probably just kill her, right? Like, surely you can get 2 damage through swinging in with 7. I guess maybe the concern is that he doesn't block. But then you just ready both, right? I feel like an attack there would have been good. So Itotia is going to attack now because this is what you don't want, right? You don't want her swinging at your guys with the Sun God's Gauntlets and just getting a ton of guaranteed damage. You probably don't block this regardless of who the target is. You still have a conduit left, so you can mass resurrect. You're probably gonna banish grandfather, right? Like, if you don't banish grandfather, you're banishing a leveled up character, and you're still a non-zero amount of power away from actually leveling him up. So I think it's better to just banish him. See a clash. I think you have to clash on defense here. I'm guessing this is at Corvus. Wouldn't really make sense to go at Maka. Like, you're just gonna die no matter what. I think you just want to try to do as much damage as possible and get this Itotia out of here. You can, if you kill her, you can take a conduit next turn, right? Well, this is his first action too. So, I guess Wrathlord can move and ready. So maybe not. So you're a Post and a lifelink. Ooh. So that's going to split the damage. I think that will actually save him here. Riposte doesn't copy any attack, which is good. This will block the damage coming in though, of course. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5. Half rounded up. Okay. Interesting. Move Wrath Lord, ready Itotia. Seems good. Maybe not. Could have another one of those cards that heals and lets them draw. That would be pretty good here. Yeah. So yeah, he's still deciding what his third action is going to be. Probably better to ready than move here, right? Just for the... Because Maka can technically attack the Wrath Lord, so... I don't think there are any cards you're concerned about that commit ready characters, so I think it's marginally better to just ready instead of moving. Okay, he is going to move though, unless if this conduit is the one that readies your deity at the start of your turn, and you just let him break that, and then he readies, that would be pretty good. So moving there could signal that that is what that conduit is. Possibly. So you could, yeah, you could attack Wrathlord with Maka. He's already used Way of the Empty Paw, so he won't be able to ready, I don't think, unless one of Viola's cards readies you, doesn't it? If they're attacking, you may recover them. Yeah, so it doesn't do it on defense. So yeah, you could attack him with Maka. It looks like that is what he's doing. I don't think there's anything to worry about with that play. I'm not sure how much you can gain out of this though either, is the thing. Like if you do enough damage to KO him here, he can just flip the attack conduit and then break your conduit on the next turn. Need to do 7? No, 8, right? Because he has the +1 there. So actually oh well, he has Corvus, yeah, so he only needs to do 7. So he needs a +3 here. He could have the +5 as well from Ambush, which would knock him out and then also do 1 damage after he heals with Corvus. Okay, he does have the Ambush. There's a cheap trick. Ooh. That's a pretty cheap trick. Okay. So he is gonna get KO'd. He's doing 9 here, blocking 2, so 7. He only has 6 health. But he is going to trade back as well. And this is quite good, I think, because you can't Mass Resurrect Maka this turn. You could buy back Maka, right? But you can't Mass Resurrect. If you Mass Resurrect, you have to get Grandfather back. Which conduit is getting broken here? It's gotta be the 2 attack conduit, right? And like Wrathlord's threatening this conduit regardless of which one he flips here, so you could Mass Resurrect Grandfather, but then you have to banish Maka. It's not the worst thing in the world, I think. Like, she works best when there's a vulnerable target to attack somewhere off by themselves. Yeah, +2 attack. So she might not be too useful anymore. Whereas Grandfather, if you can level him up, is pretty strong. So I don't hate the Mass Resurrect Grandfather play here. Because again, you're losing this conduit no matter what. You can just put everything in the left lane. That was actually his first action, so can try to do something else here as well. Maybe he has like a life tap or something. Ooh, it is the Storm Dragon, wow. So he is going to manifest that. We do see Maka banished. This gains 5 power. Could copy paste this. It's okay though. And yeah, he can Mass Resurrect the Grandfather now, and I'll be able to level him up next turn. Not really any point manifesting if you're going to do that though. But I guess there's not really any point in not doing it either. Unless you have 2 more actions you can do here. What is the last Storm Dragon conduit? Is it Smite? If it is Smite, that's really good, because you kill Itotia here. Yeah, it is. Nice. Oh, he's not doing it on Itotia. Interesting. I guess he knows if he kills Itotia, he'll just Mass Resurrect. Forgot Corvus. Should both have 1 extra damage. And yeah, I'm assuming we'll see the level up on Grandfather next turn. He's gonna buy some boots as well. On who? Storm Dragon? Maybe Grandfather, since he'll be blocking. Yeah, it is on Grandfather. Okay, he remembered Corvus. Very good. So yeah, I do actually like this, because again, if you kill the Itotia here, that gives him the perfect Mass Resurrect. What you really want to do is take out this conduit before either the Wrathlord can use it to heal, or he can get a Mass Resurrect off. Wrathlord is way over there by himself, which is not ideal. So yeah, he's going to move over and then ready. And that will be his whole turn. Not the worst turn, but... Okay, so this does actually put some pressure on blue side to do something here, because Corvus is going to kill this Itotia with his next tick here, which means that will give him the Mass Resurrect on the next turn. So you don't really want to leave this conduit up, but like if he makes any attack here, Itotia just blocks it, right? Oh, what's happening? It's doing something else. I think I was fine with that play, just moving him over and reading. Just gonna go mid, maybe? And then what? Oh. What? Okay. A little bit confused. Like, this is really good now, right? Because why did he even ready Wrathlord then? If he was going to give up this conduit. It's really confusing. And then he levels up Grandfather. And then Corvus is going to kill Itotia here. And he can buy back next turn, but it's going to fully heal everybody. Like, I feel like it would have been better to just block that with Itotia. I guess he can just attack twice then. You get him to spend more resources though, right? Like, you definitely shouldn't have readied Wrathlord. What's this? Life tap. He's gonna life tap before, yeah, so this is happening before the level up. So he life taps and then he levels up to heal. And then everybody's fully healed. Yeah, so this is a really good spot now, I think, for blue side. I think he's regretting not getting the Mass Resurrect there. Like, you really need this Corvus off the board now as soon as possible, but getting past this Grandfather is going to be so difficult. Like, I just don't think there's anything you can do now. Like, you basically can't do anything this turn, right? I guess you could make an attack with Wrathlord, but I don't know how much you get out of that. I guess it's not terrible. You attack Corvus and then ready afterwards. He has 4 damage on him though. Only 5 health left. Itotia is still really big. Okay, he concedes. As we see by the text. Yeah, so like I think that game Corvus good. I felt like that game was fine for the most part. The only thing I was like really confused about was that last turn. Like the only thing he had left was that conduit, and he just gave it up for basically nothing. That Grandfather level up was really strong. Not sure if he could have won if he played that differently, but it was definitely a mistake, I think. But yeah, good game. We got to see all 3 of the new heroes, which was a lot of fun. Brigid and Viola was a pretty good combo. Ooh, Heartseeker. So that is Maka's ultimate. Ultimate Talent 3, if this hero is ready and there are no enemy heroes at this location, deal 7 to an enemy hero at any other location. So he would have probably been able to use that next turn if... Well, no, because you put... Yeah, it still would have been hard to set that up. That's the point of that card, is it's hard to set up. You can always just clash it for 4 attack, though. But yeah, that's it for this game. Congratulations to imabunneh. He's going to move on. Who's he going to play against? Let's check the bracket. He's going to play against me. Uh-oh. So I'll have to figure out when we're going to play that game. And then chunx will move to the losers bracket. It is double elimination, so you will still have a chance to climb his way back up. But yeah, that's it for this game. So thanks for watching. See you guys later.